Hello, everybody. Welcome to another mini episode of Mystic Scales
Tales
and
and Fae
Fae
Tales
Tales
podcast.
podcast. I'm Lee,
And I'm Jen.
and we're very excited. We're starting kind of a new series with our mini episodes today. We have convinced Jen to join the world of contemporary romance, and so she has started to read Ali Hazelwood. And what is our first book that you have read, Jen?
The love hypothesis. So we have to start at the beginning.
At the
I wish we
beginning,
had like a
yes.
jingle. We should make like a jingle or a name for this, like the Ali Hazelwood series with Mystic Scales and Fae Tales podcast.
Podcast. I love it.
This is for you, Ali. Yeah, we
Yeah, come
started
back to
with
the internet.
just for us. Um, Started with Love Hypothesis. I had read a little bit of Bride before, but
Oh
I didn't
yeah.
really like fully get into it. And it was like a library, like I had read a little bit of Bride before because I got it from the library because you recommended it.
Hmm.
But then like I had to give it back by a certain time. And I just like fully didn't get into it. It was enough time and it was funny, but it just like the time I was reading it was like not my cup of tea. But
That
then I
one's
still was,
different.
yeah, and I still was enough. I still liked it enough that when you met Allie, I was like, wait, get me a signed copy. I was like, I still want a signed copy for her. So yeah, so then once I started the Allie train, we started from the beginning. And I was gonna go in publication order, but then Lee threw me off, and she's just like, well, you should go to Love Theoretically after Love
Oh
Hypothesis.
yes.
And so I skipped Love on the Brain, and then I have to go back.
Which is fine. When you read it, we will discuss and see that that is the better way to do it. That's
It's
all.
fine. It's fine. And it was nice to have the connections because I think that's why you suggested it because they have the connections in the two books. So like that was cute.
Hmm.
But
Hmm.
today
Yeah.
is all about the first one, Miss Love Hypothesis, which is probably the one
Yes.
that most people know right off the bat. That cover it was everywhere. It was her huge breakout, especially her breakout into adult.
Hmm.
Her not confirmed, but basically confirmed fan fiction of Kylo Ren and Rey
Yes.
love
Yes.
fest. So that's really cool. And there's Star
Hmm.
Wars references throughout the book, which is great. And
Hmm.
now the first one, with it being her breakout, is also her first movie adaptation, which is so
Yes.
exciting for Allie to finally be in the world that,
Yes.
Jenny Han is in, that all these other amazing romance writers are in the movie productions because I feel like now we're going through like a book renaissance with movies, which is
So
so
true.
exciting.
Hmm.
Literally every week there's like a new movie coming out. I'm like, did you guys read this book? I didn't even know this was a book. Like now I
I
have to go read
know.
the book before I watch the movie.
I know.
So it's so exciting to start with Love Hypothesis. So Lee, what was your journey with? I know we did a whole episode about with your journey with Ali, but when did you first read
Yeah.
Love Hypothesis specifically, if you remember?
I'm not sure if I remember the year, but it definitely was influenced by it being a Raylo fanfic. Uh, gosh, I want to say maybe it was 20, I think it was 2021.
Okay. And when did
Because
the
I
book come out
remember,
again?
great question.
It came out 2021, yeah.
Oh, okay. So
So
depending on the
maybe
month.
you actually read it like
Um,
around publication year.
Yeah, that's surprising. But anyways, I remember being at my friend's house and she had this book and it was like a pretty cover and there was like sciencey stuff on it and I was like, "What is this?" And she was like, "Oh my gosh, you haven't heard of this?" And I love Adam Driver. So she knew that and she was like, "You have to read it. It's supposed to be about him as Kylo and her as Rey, only like obviously that's not her names, although the character's name is Adam." So I was instantly smitten and very excited to read it. And I did, and I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Uh, and then obviously like got you into it, got Kayla into it. I was talking to Kayla earlier, and she was like, "Yeah, it's like a good introduction into like romance
It
and like
is.
contemporary
It
romance."
is.
And I think, and I may have said this before, but like for me, it was kind of my first experience like with a little bit more spice. Like I know there's not a lot in this book by any means, but
But
like
she
the
gets more and more each book.
yeah, there's one scene in particular and I was like, "Oh, okay." Um so we'll say it opened my eyes.
I think you're right. It is a great introduction because like the plot is not too I don't want to say dumbed down, but it's not like there are some like romance comedies out there that are contemporary that you read and you're like, this is not believable, or like this is just like you're
Mm,
stretching it. And
hmm
like hers are not like that. Like they you follow them, you get into them, and then you also the thing with Ali is you get all the STEM influence because of her
Yeah.
prior knowledge and experience in the STEM world. So like that's really cool. So it's different
hmm
and you feel relatable to the character, but then also doing you're able to still follow along. Like you're like, okay, but this like this book being fake dating. Like, okay, you know that
hmm
trope. It's so easy to follow and digest
hmm
and she fleshes out the characters so well.
hmm
So actually it's great because she's a great introduction to, like you said, to contemporary romance, but at the same time, it's like she's such high standard that it's hard because I'm sure that when you go into this and like let's say you just pick like another random person, you're like it might not compare because she's so
hmm
good at writing.
hmm
That it's like it's great, but also like don't expect the same from everyone.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, and it's smart too, I love the settings. This one also, so my brother and my sister-in-law are in the science academic like world. And they actually met in a lab in grad school. So this like the setting was like so perfect because I could like picture their exact lab, like
Aww.
picture their campus. I loved it. It was very, very cute and very like nostalgic in a way.
Yeah.
So I
And you
just,
recently got a fun edition, right?
oh, it did. Oh my gosh. So I can't wait to share the video on TikTok. But I walked into Target and I think I was going to get like a birthday card or something. And then this was just like right up front. It's a beautiful, like special edition. It's got artwork inside, like of them in the hotel.
The
And
cover for our listeners is no different from the regular cover, but the font is now gold and it's kind of
hmm
I would say it's like foily, right? It's lenticular, so like
hmm
it's pretty when
hmm
you're holding it. But the actual
Yep.
image cover is the same.
Yeah. And then the edges are, it's like an atom and like some hearts and some uh molecules.
Science.
So yeah.
It is pink.
But it's cute.
Wait, let me
So
see the let me
I
see the
will
art. Let me see the art. Show the art off.
okay, so this is
Ah, they're in the hotel room. That's wild that they would pick that one. I love that.
I
Not the sunscreen scene.
know.
Oh my
Oh my
God, that is
God.
so
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. And then I think even the main cover is yellow, which is a little
Ooh.
different,
Yeah, that's
like
cute.
without the sleeve. And I don't know what this little symbol is. Maybe it's like
Is
a
it a
Bunsen
beaker?
burner.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because it's like a flame. It's just cute. And
It's a
we
flame
have
because they're in love.
they are in love. Yeah, it's definitely a Bunsen burner. I love it. So yeah, we're just little like nerdy romance girls right now, and so glad that
Yeah.
you've joined us.
I'm so happy. Yeah, I did the audiobook and that was great. The reader was awesome. I do say like I think it was the next one. I don't think it's the same reader, but some of the readers with Allie's books, it's hard to tell when the character is thinking or saying something. So with Check and Mate,
hmm
that was a little hard. There was times where I was like, did she
hmm
say that to the people or did she think that? Because everything's in
hmm
first person with Allie's books. So that was a little
So
hard. But with Love
yeah,
Hypothesis, it wasn't that bad.
that's good. I'm curious who it is because I had that problem with Bride. I
Mm.
listened to Bride and I did not, it took me a little bit to adjust to that. And I think maybe Love Theoretically was the same. It was either Love Theoretically or uh Not in Love. That
Mm.
was the same reader. So I did not totally enjoy that. So hopefully when you
Hopefully, I'm
get
good. I'm
there,
doing audio for all Ali's books, except for Bride. I'll probably read
yes.
Bride because I finally have Bride. But yeah, how were
Yes.
the novellas? Were those fine? Or you read them?
Yeah, yeah, those were good. I read the Christmas one, but the new like audiobook one was very good. I think that's called Two Can Play. It
Yeah.
was like a quick 4 hour
We'll get to that.
little
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Let's talk about Love Hypothesis.
Okay.
So what did
Adam
you
and Olive.
Adam and Olive? So I know I gave this 5 stars, which is like we talked about how like I
Oh,
wasn't giving out 5 stars, but now I'm giving out 5 stars.
I know. Look at
Um,
you.
but I really enjoyed it. I think I've discussed this with many, or discussed this to you, not to the listeners, with many of Allie's books. Like I love the way she frames her female main characters. They
Hmm.
are so relatable. They have things that their quirks or their personalities about them or the things they deal with, yes, are relatable in a way that like as a reader you're like, oh my gosh, but you don't just see that a lot, I feel like, with some of these books. So it's different
Hmm.
because you're like,
Hmm.
oh, like the biggest example I can give is like the way that Allie writes sex. It's so beautiful
Hmm.
because these characters aren't just like, I feel like a lot of romances or a lot of things, even like in romantasy, it's like, like, oh my God, lusting, and they're like, oh my God, just throwing themselves at each other. And like that's not always
Hmm.
the reality with sex and in
Hmm.
relationships. Sometimes
Hmm.
they can be awkward, or sometimes they could be that like you're not wanting to do sex, or sex is not a main priority
Yeah.
for you, or it's something
Yeah.
that is a different relationship that you have with it. So Allie explores that, and I feel like all of the books I've read from her so far, and that is so refreshing because like as a
Hmm.
reader, yes, you still get your, your spicy scenes, whatever, but the characters have to like come get to there and get that
Hmm.
comfortableness and experience
Hmm.
that together, and that is so
Hmm.
real. And I
Hmm.
loved that in this book. Because
Yeah.
I told you
And
while I
they,
was reading it, I realized that.
yeah. And they're still like themselves in the spicy scenes, if that makes sense. Like,
Mhm.
the what I could think of is I think there's a moment where Olive is like, I'm not contributing. Is this okay? And it's just like so very her. And it's like, yes, like enjoy the moment, whatever. But she's also still herself. And like you get to see that. And I just appreciate that. And I think Ellie does a great job of like rounding out her characters in that way, you know? And she's not afraid to have them be awkward or have them be silly or quirky or a little ridiculous because like that's life. And I think that's
Hmm.
what people can relate to.
I agree. And I also told you that I felt when I was reading it, like it was ironic. I had just um like kind of heard more about the term like demisexual.
Mm-hmm.
And so
This
when I
was
was reading
interesting.
it, I was like, oh, I feel like this is what Olive is. So for the listeners, um, according to Google, the definition of demisexuality is sexual orientation where somebody only experiences sexual attraction after forming a strong emotional connection with another person. It's not about being picky or having low sex drive. A specific way of experiencing sexual attraction that requires an emotional bond before it can develop. And I felt
Mm-hmm.
like that was so the experience that Olive was
Mm-hmm.
explaining throughout the book. Not going to label her because it's Allie's job to do that if she wants to or not.
Mm-hmm.
But like that was what was so beautiful to me because, like I said, you just don't see that in a lot of the books and media that we get to. It's like
Mm-hmm.
not everyone has to be like, oh my God, about sex, and if they are, that's like that's great, but like also it could be a different experience to get there, and it could be
Mm-hmm.
like I loved Olive's exploration of that throughout the book of her being like, not that like I just don't care for it. But then it's like Adam changes that for her, and that's because she
Mm-hmm.
feels that emotional connection and that's important to her. And so it was just
Mm-hmm.
refreshing. It was really cool. And I think that she wrote that really beautifully.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think she does a good job of creating characters that are a good like complement to each other. Like we were
Hmm.
talking about how like Adam is like perceived as a jerk, like he's a dick. But Olive like works with him, gets to know him and like realizes that like he's not doing it on purpose, like and he's a smart guy, so he's just doing what he like knows is like logical and he's trying to make his students better because like that's the big thing, right? Like he gives bad
Hmm.
grades. I think there's a scene where her roommate Malcolm gets a bad grade from him and he's all pissed about it and they talk about it a little and she's like, "Well, you got the grade that like you didn't fulfill the assignment or whatever." And like he's trying to help you like teach you like
Get
that you
there.
can't. Yeah. So I'm sure that's very frustrating for some people, especially like the academic world, but also like it's got to be nice to be like, well, they are trying to help. And I
And they
just think
do
he's
care about
like,
you.
yeah. And I think these two characters they're going to be like a core for the Ellie universe,
Yeah.
which I'm not going to spoil anything, but like just to keep that in mind that they are kind of like the standard.
Yeah.
And we get to see that crop up again and again.
So what was your favorite moment in this book?
I was just going to ask you that. I think my favorite is in the restaurant when Adam loses his shit and is like, "Don't you dare talk to her like that," and like throws Tom against the wall or whatever.
Hmm.
Um, and it might be the first time he calls her sweetheart. I'm not sure.
Hmm.
Um, you'll notice that that is like Allie's term of endearment is
Sweetheart.
sweetheart. So when like one character or the other says it, like you know. But yeah, I liked when he went like full like this is my girl, like I will do
Hmm.
anything for her. Screw you, Harvard. Yeah.
Yeah, that was sweet. I liked, there was so many moments throughout this. I mean, like the hotel was great, the sunscreen was great.
Mm.
I liked their coffee dates too
I
that
was
they
gonna
had to
say the
go on.
coffee. Yeah,
Like those were
yeah.
sweet. There was just like a lot of moments with the two of them that I really enjoyed. And also the beginning, like it had such a great hook. Like
Yeah.
this book had a great hook. I was just like, I'm in. I'm so in for this. And I feel like they're always like Ali always does a great job of having that side best friend too that's like
Mm.
funny. And I loved how
Hmm.
like they got together, like
Mm.
the
Yeah, like
friends got together.
they both had the side friend and then they got to like have them together. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they crop up again. This might be too soon, but they're in love theoretically, right? The
The friends.
friends?
Uh
Yeah,
they're not there, but
they're
Adam or
mentioned.
Olive mentions it, and that's how I said, "Oh my God, they're getting married." It was
Yes.
like everyone's getting married. So
Yes.
yeah, it was really cute. Okay, so I feel like Allie, like we've kind of alluded to this, always has a message throughout this book. So what do you feel like the message is, and did you enjoy it?
What do you think the message is? This is fresh in your brain. This is a little old for me.
I mean, it's a little old for me now because I read it like 2 months ago, but and I've read like
Time flies.
so many other books since then. Um, I feel like the message of this book, I mean, it was huge, huge about women in STEM. This was
Hmm.
like her first introduction of that, and she does touch on it a lot in the other books as well. But you know, the mistreatment of them and the power that they should have in this field,
Hmm.
but are treated less than. Shocking because of the society that we have. Um, yeah, I don't know what else.
Okay, I think,
Processing.
yeah, no, like personally, I think it's about like they're both kind of in a shell, right? And like Adams is very like work focused. He obviously like has feelings for Olive, but he's not going to act on them until he's kind of like forced to. And then Olive, she's also like career focused, but I think she's also just a little scared to like open herself up because it hasn't worked out in the past. And like her friends kind of give her a hard time about that. So I think in a way that there's this they find comfort in each other and then they can kind of explore themselves more and just like open up while still being able to be successful. Because like Olive does her great presentation and she gets so many opportunities through that. And like you could tell that like she's actually like really good at this and like really passionate about it. And like Adam is too, but he's also gonna support her and like he was gonna move for her and like do whatever he could without like jeopardizing like how that looks, right? So I don't know. It's just like this little wholesome and like a big scale operation, this little wholesome story of them like finding each other and like being, I don't know, safer in who they feel they are. I don't
Mhm.
know, that's really sappy. But
No, it's a great point because you know I love books that, you know, your partner doesn't like you don't need your partner to be better, but they inspire you to
mm,
be better. And
mm,
I love that because that's so
mm-hmm,
true. Like this person like yes, you can achieve all those things without them always because you're
Hmm.
strong and this is your achievements. But having that person that influences you, inspires you, or gives you the confidence or gives you the trust for the times that you need someone there when you're feeling low, like
Yeah.
it's so relatable and Allie does that beautifully, especially with Adam and Olive. Like they
Hmm.
find so much of themselves I don't want to say they find so much of themselves, but they acknowledge so much of themselves because of
Yeah.
the two, like together, and they're able to embrace
Hmm.
themselves more.
Hmm. And I like that they can like work together,
Mm,
like that their brains can like one is working on a project and they talk about it, whatever, they can like do that together. Like I think that's really smart. And I think that's also just like a science world thing. Is like
mm,
when you're doing science, like you want to talk about it and you want to share your stuff. And if someone else has information that like can help you, like you really want to know that. And I think that's just like a unique thing. And I mean, like put it in a different line of work, it might not
why not
like
translate?
work, right?
Yeah.
Like if you, I don't know, if you have two lawyers or if you have two accountants or
Well,
something,
two
it's not going
lawyers.
to
I
be
don't know
the
if they can really
same.
talk about that stuff.
So yeah, I just think like there's just something about everything in her world that just comes together and it just works
Yeah.
and you love it.
I have one more question for you.
Okay.
Why is every man's hand so big? Why is it a thing? Is this like
Um,
just the lesbianness in me that I'm like, I don't understand? Like every book I'm reading about is like his hand is bigger than mine. Like my hand is like a pebble within his huge hand. And I'm like, what? Like,
have you seen the TikTok of the girl who's like, because there was one where like he could barely hold me in his two hands or something. And so she like takes different objects and she's like trying to wrap her hands around them and they're just
it makes no sense. It makes no sense. I'm just like, what? I'm
I
like
think it's
tall,
supposed
I
to
get.
be,
That's always a thing.
yeah,
Like tall men, whatever. And like there's probably like an
tall,
innuendo in there with a big hand and big other
broad
things. Like
shoulders.
get it,
Yeah.
whatever. But it's just so funny. Every time she throws that line in there, I'm like, girl, can we just get a man with regular size hands? Like, why he has to be like Mickey Mouse with these huge hands?
I mean, I guess that's her thing. Maybe she's really into like basketball players or something. I feel like they
Yeah,
have big hands.
that's
That's so
so true.
funny.
Like maybe we should do
That's
a
so
sports one
funny.
next. That'd be so funny.
I know. That would be great. Baseball. Okay, so we talked briefly about the movie. With your fresh take on everything, I want to know your thoughts on the casting.
Oh, I was so excited. I mean, I love the main girl. I mean, I haven't seen like a
Hmm.
lot of Riverdale, but what I've seen her in, and I also follow her on TikTok because she's super funny as like a
She
person.
is funny. She
And I
and
think the
she
way they
seems a
introduced her was
little,
funny.
yeah, she seems a little down to earth, so I kind of like that.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, they definitely got the look down for sure. Like the two of them,
mhm.
like believable, look like it. Um, so
They
I'm,
couldn't get they couldn't get Adam Driver. They couldn't
I
get an
think,
Adam Driver lookalike.
I think
Couldn't
he
have
looks too
some like
old.
nice long black hair,
No, Lee,
a little
I think Adam
shaggy.
looks too old right now. I think he's aging.
So they could get a lookalike. I'm
I think Adam, when
I'm
he started Star Wars, could have done this. I don't think Adam now could have done this.
so you could find someone who looks like him.
No, and that's probably like way out of their budget. Let's be real.
I mean, that's fair. But at least we know that he's married to Daisy Ridley. So that is
That's
our
their connection.
connection.
I think that's fine. She's probably going to be at a premiere or two, you know?
Oh, that's true. Yeah, she probably is.
So there you go.
She
You got
probably
your little
is.
Star Wars.
Yeah,
You can
I
sit
don't
back
know.
down. Because what's your shirt say today?
Kylo Ren is my boyfriend. Gotta be on theme.
He's dead. Anyway,
See, I just wanted them to be happy together
well,
in
they
the
are
afterlife.
in Love Hypothesis.
Reincarnated.
How do you think? So, what is your analysis of like Olive and Ray? Like, what are their similarities?
Honestly, I didn't think about it. Um,
Because it's really obvious with Adam and
yeah,
Kylo. like that
I
everyone
mean,
thinks he's soft.
yeah,
Nobody wants to work with him, and like in his heart, he has something
that's
fun.
true. That's true. Um,
It's a little hard because Ray, I feel like, is a character we still need to know more. I think if we read the
yeah,
books, a little different,
maybe.
but from the films, she's very like there's so much happening that I feel like we don't get to know her as much as a character in terms of like other than
Mm.
like her want to do good in the world.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say like Ray wants to help others, can be like sacrificial. And I can like obviously like Olive kind of did that with her fake relationship. She's like, well, I guess I'm doing this. Um, and yeah, like she wants to do her research because of her mom being sick.
That's true.
So I guess they have a similar heart. Um, yeah, I wonder what Allie would say. Like, what is her takeaway of,
Ray and Olive, yeah,
yeah, like what did she love so much about Ray that inspired her to like want to write this? So what did she see in the characters
hmm
that she wanted to explore more? That's like such a little nerdy thing that I love about fan fiction. It's like what little nugget, like what moment did you see that you're like, there's more to
this is
this. Like,
mine.
let's,
This is
yeah.
mine. I
I
will
love
I will
it.
expand it. I agree. I do love fan
Yeah.
fiction.
Yeah.
All that to say, loved this book. Great way to start my alley journey. I'm very excited. As I've teased in this, I've already started reading most of them. But we will do mini episodes every other week to talk about each book.
Hmm.
So next will be Love
No.
Theoretically. I keep switching that was the thing, but these love
That,
titles, they should have never done
yeah.
that.
But grammatically, this is the love hypothesis, and the next one is love, comma, theoretically. So that is different
Correct.
interpretation. But you're right, confusing.
You're We will do Love Theoretically next, and we'll go back for Love on the Brain eventually. Because I just finished Check and Mate this week, which was awesome. So
Mm.
YA. And I have to see what's next on my Libby that's gonna come through. Support your local library.
Gotta
Um,
love it.
Gotta love it. But yeah, let us know what your favorite Allie book is, what you think of Love
Yay.
Hypothesis. Oh, did you like the casting, Lee? I didn't even ask you.
I liked Lily. Um, I think what's throwing me off is this is so weird. The stubble and the hair color for the guy. Like
Mm,
he's not, I don't have the look yet. Like I'm sure that they'll make him proper, so
yeah.
I'll be open to it. But I think it'll be fun.
I'm more excited to see hopefully Allie comes back online, like her process in this and how
Hmm.
much she plays part of it. Because I know
Hmm.
like, we're talking about the summer I turned pretty like every day together.
Hmm.
And we see Jenny Han's like so much of her influence in this show.
Hmm. Yeah,
So it's great to
which we
see
love.
when the author's like really involved. So it'll
Yeah.
be exciting to see how much Allie is like involved in the movie making
Hmm.
process of it. So
Yeah.
we'll be sad. So
So true.
I hope it goes
So
to
true.
theaters. Have they said if it's going to go to theaters or streaming? I don't think so.
I don't remember, but I feel like it would do well in
I
theaters,
know it's
you
just
know?
hard. It's hard with romance, but I think it
I
would.
know. I think we need, like you're saying, we need a renaissance of romance, like rom-coms, like bring them back, make them good,
Hmm
not, I don't know.
But that's why they're grabbing all these books. Honestly, that's what I feel
Yeah,
like. All these books are
yeah.
becoming movies, and it's kind of great.
And I would like to go to a theater and like see
Same.
them and not just sit and watch Netflix, even though they can come to Netflix shortly after. I will happily stream them.
Yeah, or do a
But
simultaneous release. It's fine.
yeah, yeah, we're movie people, so.
Anyway, we are Mystics, Chaos, and Fairy Tales Podcast. Find us on TikTok and Instagram at Fairy Tales Podcast. We post all about the episodes we're doing and all the fun things we're doing, and we'll definitely love to connect. But we also, if you
Hmm.
want to connect even more with us, we have some book clubs on the app Fable. Love
We
the
love
app.
Fable.
We have our Mystic Scales and Fairy Tales podcast club, where we are currently reading the book of Azrael by Amber V.
Hmm.
Nicole. And we are doing that entire series, which we haven't done a new series in a while, so that's exciting.
Yeah.
And we have two other book clubs. So we have a Hunger Games one, and we have a Fourth Wing first timer. So if it's your first time reading Fourth Wing, join that one and see all the artwork and discussion. And if you need any help delving into that series, we are here for you.
Hmm.
And stay tuned for our next Ali episode and also
Yay.
our full-length episodes reviewing the series we're currently reading in the book club. Because the point of the book club is you can read in the book club, talk with us, and then come straight for a review from us. So yay!
Yes. Busy bees, but we love it.
Busy bees. And we hope that you are a busy bee and reading a really good book right now. If not, go back and read Ali and happy reading.
Happy reading.